Hello children, today in this video we are going to do our page number 18, 19, 20 and 21. So page number 18 is life-saving machines. In this children we will learn about the machines which help us to diagnose the different diseases in our body. So today thousands of lives get saved across the world because of the amazing devices that make diagnose and treatment easier and quicker. So they generally help the doctors to diagnose the diseases inside our body. So first one is, in 1895, a German scientist Wilhelm Röntgen discovered X-rays. Doctor started using X-rays within a few months. This machine uses X-rays for internal diagnosis of a human body. So for the internal diagnosis, this machine is used. It is the X-ray machine. Next, this machine purifies blood for the patient who cannot normally remove the blood urea through the urine because of kidney failure. So it is hemodialysis machine. This machine is a large tube-shaped magnet. It uses magnetic waves to get images of the internal organs and non-calcified tissues. So it is magnetic resonance imaging machine, which is MRI also known as. This machine detects high-risk cancer cell inside the body by examining the gamma rays emitted from the radioactive glucose sample injected into a bloodstream. So this is positron emission tomography machine. Next is, in 1972, British scientist Godfrey Hounsfield developed a computerized tomography, that is CT scanner, that could make pictures of the internal organs of the body. It uses X-rays and a computer to create detailed images of the internal organs of the body. So it is CT scan machine. Sixth is, it is used for the medical diagnosis to look for tumors, analyze bone structures or examine the health of a fetus. So Dr. Karl Theodor of Austria first wrote the paper of this diagnosis in 1942, and Professor Lan Donald of Scotland developed the application in 1950s. It is ultrasound machine. Next, page number 19 children. It is national parks and sanctuaries. So there are many national parks and wildlife sanctuaries in our country. So we will study about them now, where they are situated. First is Kaziranga National Park. It is situated in Jorhat, Assam. Next is Keoladeo National Park. It is situated in Bharatpur, Rajasthan. Next is Bandhavgarh National Park. It is situated in Shahdol, Madhya Pradesh. Kanha National Park. It is situated in Mandla, Madhya Pradesh. Dudhwa National Park. It is situated in Lakhimpur Kheri, Uttar Pradesh. Corbett National Park. It is situated in Nainital, Uttarakhand. Next is Rajaji National Park. So it is situated in Dehradun, Haridwar, Uttarakhand. Dachigam National Park. It is situated in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. Ranthambore Tiger Sanctuary. It is situated in Swai Madhopur, which is in Rajasthan. Next is Ghataprabha Bird Sanctuary. It is situated in Belgaum, which is in Karnataka. Next is Bandipur National Park. It is in Mysore, Karnataka. Gir National Park. It is in Junagadh, Gujarat. So like this you will do the rest of the parks also where they are situated. Next children, page number 20. It is Indian cuisines. So Indian cuisine is different from the rest of the world, both in taste and in cooking methods also, because we use lot of spices. It reflects a perfect blend of various cultures and regions of the Indian subcontinent. So about the cuisines we will study, which is very interesting topic for you people. First is, this sweet is made from the deep fried flour soaked in thick sugar syrup. It has a pretzel-like shape and it is usually orange in color. It is jalebi. This South Indian curry is prepared mainly with the juices of the tamarind or tomato along with a few spices. It is rasam. It is a popular dish of Udupi cuisine. It is dosa. It is a style of cooking developed in South Asia by Mughal Empire. So from here it is clear, Mughlai. This oil is an important ingredient of South Indian cooking, coconut oil. What is the main ingredient of chapati? Wheat flour. This fast food commonly eaten in Maharashtra resembles a burger. It is vada pav. This dish is made of red kidney beans with different spices. It is the delicacy of the North India, rajma. And what is a bhatura? It is a type of bread. Last one is, it is the whitish spongy sweet. It is a sweet the Bengalis like the most. It is Rasgulla. Next children, forts of India. India is a land of forts and other monuments. These architectural wonders give a glimpse of India's rich history. These forts tell us about the history of the India. So first one is, this red sandstone fort was built in 17th century and represents the pinnacle of Mughal architecture. It is the iconic symbol of India, Red Fort. Second is, this fort is one of the most visited and bustling of a Jaipur forts. It is situated in a serene backdrop of Aravalli Hills, Amber Fort. This powerful fortress of red sandstone is known as the Red Fort of Agra. It is a fine example of fusion architecture featuring Indian, Persian and Turkish styles. It is Agra Fort. Next is, this fort is one of the largest forts in the world, situated in Rajasthan. It was built in 1156 AD by Bhatti Rajput ruler Rawal Jaisal. So Jaisalmer Fort. This magnificent 12th century rock-hewn fortress dominates the landscape from a 600 feet high mesa like flat terrain. It is 14 kilometers away from the Aurangabad in Maharashtra. It is Daulatabad Fort. Situated just 11 kilometers away from Hyderabad, this fort was built by the Kakatiya kings. It is known for the mind-blowing acoustic effects it produces. It is Golconda Fort. So children, try to complete all these pages in your book. Learn the spellings properly. These can come you in the form of the given word, in the form of fill in the blanks, or in the form of the true false in your exams. So learn them properly children. Thank you children. By this we have completed our syllabus also.